Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. What a day of Test cricket. The third Test match between Australia and England played at Headingley in Leeds started today. England winning the toss, bowling first. Again, overcast conditions, but this time around they made much better use of those conditions, picking up 4 wickets in that first session. It was a good session for England. We saw Mark Wood's pace immediately. It was challenging for the Australians. Chris Wokes bowled pretty well, Broad as well. Australia again. It was David Warner falling to Stuart Broad for a 16th time. He is his bunny and nothing else. A poor start from him. Australia losing quite a few wickets. The way Usman Khwaja was set up, Mark Wood bowling 4 or 5 short pitch deliveries and then bowled a good length. Not even good length, fuller delivery and got him clean bowled. Labuschagne nicked one off Wokes and Steve Smith nicked one off Broad. He did review that. He thought he didn't nick it, but it was an inside edge, and it was overturned. It wasn't overturned by DRS, and it was a really good session. First session belonged to England. They bowled really well, accurate. Made use of the conditions. And Headingley में एक चीज notice करा, the overcast makes it even better for bowling, even tougher for the batters, and they made the most of it there. Then the second session started. And after lunch, Mitchell Marsh gave an opportunity. It was Root who dropped the catch at slip, and after that, Mitchell Marsh didn't turn back. It was an excellent innings. What a knock on his comeback, scoring 100 and like 102, 103 balls, strike rate of almost 100. Incredible shots, fearless cricket. It was Mitch ball, whatever you want to call it, but he absolutely creamed it. Ridiculous innings. He did get a chance. He was lucky, but he made the most of it. And that's what you want to do in Ashes cricket. England were sloppy in the slip cord, and even Bairstow dropping a catch behind the stumps. And that's something they have to look at, because if you look at Australia's fielding, it was much better, much more convincing and high quality. Chirag Bhai is in the house. Thank you for joining. Sing match looks equal as of now. Yeah, it was a proper day of Test cricket. Kya maza hai yaar. And it was swinging both ways. Momentum was with England, then with Australia, then with England again. So after that Mitchell Marsh partnership, along with Travis Head, I think Travis Head batted well as well. It was completely opposite to how he plays. It was Mitchell Marsh was playing Travis Head's role, and Travis Head was playing Steve Smith's role, if you want to call it that. And it's a really good partnership, 100 plus runs. They counter-attacked beautifully and put Australia in a very good position, 240 for 4. But then at the stroke of tea, Mitchell Marsh got out. I think it was Wokes who picked up the wicket. Again, inside edge, hit the thigh pad, I think, and then went to slip. And then it was T, 5 wickets, then went in a hurry after T. I think for 20-25 runs. It was Mark Wood's spell. Incredible pace bowling, man. This guy, kya lethal hai bhai. He was pelting them down. Absolutely ridiculous bowling. Extreme pace, and बहुत मजा आया देख के. शोएब अख्तर का याद दिला दिया उन्हें. क्या 90, 92, 95 miles per hour डाल रहा था उन्हें. Incredible stuff, and even the tailenders couldn't do much. This is what England were missing in the first 2 Test matches. Yes, he was not available, he was not fit, but now that he's here, I think the pitch is also helping him. The pitch does have a bit more carry. It's faster. There's bounce. There's swing as well. I think that ball he bowled to Khwaja swung as well, and we saw Marco throughout the day was getting the ball to shape in. Really good bowling from him. He wiped it out and got Australia all out for 260 odd. That was a really good bowling effort, because at one stage I think when Mitchell Marsh was batting along with Travis Head, it looked like Australia would get 300 plus easily. Like a beautiful spell of bowling after tea, and did the job. Also, a word on Wokes as well. I think he bowled pretty well, making a comeback after a while. If you see his figures, 17 overs, 73 runs, 3 wickets, a bit on the expensive side, not like Mark Wood, who was going 2.91 runs an over and picked up 5 wickets, but Chris Wokes picking up some crucial wickets and bowling pretty well as well. In the supporters role, I think he did a good job. That wicket of was it that he took, the wicket of Marsh Labuschagne, that started things off. It gave him that confidence, and then after that, I felt he bowled pretty well. Ibrahim bhai, what's up, Wood, man? Incredible, man. Kya bowling hai bhai uski? Absolutely brilliant, lethal bowling from Mark Wood. A really good pace and troubled Australian batsmen. First time Australia look uncomfortable against England's bowlers, and that is what pace does to you. Pace changes things up for the batsman, no matter what the wicket is playing like, whatever the conditions are. Yes, the condition did suit Wood, but it's that extra pace was always challenging for the batter, and we saw that today. It was an incredible spell from him, a Fifer, and unfortunately, it's something that he can't he can't really handle. It's not in his hands, the injuries. He can't play every single game. He mentioned that also in the post match. If you watched with Nasir Hussain and Ian Ward, he was saying that look, it'll be amazing to play every single match, but I have to manage my workload. I do have injury issues. There was a slight adjustment that he made in his action as well. I think that that hip extension, if you see, thoda sa alag tha ye time round, and maybe that's what the injury led him to make a few changes, but that didn't change his pace. It didn't change his accuracy. The best thing is that England are using him at full tilt right now. It's not like that's why I understand that he didn't play the first two games, even though he was available. He's not fully fit, and they want him to be fully fit so he can bowl like this, man. 95 पे डाल रहा था उन्हें, almost crazy था. उस्मान ख्वाजा अभी तक परेशान है उसकी विकेट से, बस इंजर्ड नहीं हो जाना वर्ल्ड कप तक. या बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेयर है ख्वाजा, मार्क वुड, वर्ल्ड कप के लिए. अगर आप देखें ख्वाजा का भी सेटअप जबरदस्त, 5-6 बॉल, शॉर्ट बॉल, शॉर्ट बॉल, शॉर्ट बॉल, गुड लेंथ, फिर एकदम से फुल डाला, उन्हें बोल्ड कर दिया उसमें. तो इट वाज वेरी स्मार्ट बॉलिंग एज वेल. इट्स नॉट जस्ट रॉ पेस, ही इज एक्यूरेट, ही हैज अ प्लान. ऐसा नहीं है कि बस उन्हें खाली आके पटक दे रहा बॉल को. उसको मालूम है कहाँ निकालना है, किधर डालना है, और बैट कौन से बैट्समैन को कौन सा ट्रैप पे सेट करना है. टेल एंडर से शॉर्ट बॉल कमिंस को डाला है, इसको डाला, फिर he bowled that full ball to Cummins and kind of he bamboozled him. Cummins was not expecting that. He was expecting another short delivery. ड्रॉप कोहली फ्रॉम टेस्ट बोल रहे तुषार शर्मा जी. भाई मैं कैसा ड्रॉप करूं, विराट कोहली को बड़ा प्लेयर है, हम कैसा ड्रॉप करें. लेकिन yes, Mark Wood was sensational, and overall, if you see that first innings, it was you could say that both teams. I think Australia will be a bit less happy with it because especially after Mitchell Marsh, batted like that, scored 100, scored almost half the runs for his side. Lekin if at the position they were at lunch 80 for 4, they would have taken that in my opinion. They would have taken 260, and especially if they'd taken 3 wickets. Now England came out to bat. Zach Crawley duck it. And not his day. It was not much of a like crazy delivery, a bit short of the length. He played at it, tried to make room and cut it over point. Magar nahi hua. Harry Brook looked very, very uncomfortable, did not look comfortable at all. It didn't look like he was going to score runs, and he nicked one off to slip. And फिर उसके बाद Zach Crawley भी out हो गया. It was sensational. It was Mitchell Marsh who picked up Zach Crawley, but Cummins bowled really, really well with that new ball. Outstanding. He's one of the best bowlers in the world right now. Immense accuracy. भाई क्या जबरदस्त डालता उन्हें. कैप्टन भी है, फील्ड भी प्लेस करना पड़ता. उन्हें परसों बैट के साथ भी जिताया मैच, लेकिन with the ball, that's his specialty. He knows exactly how to cook the batsman, and he did a really good job. And picking up 3 wickets, I think Australia will be happy with that. England would have liked one less wicket ideally. The conditions are a bit tough, especially with the overcast there. The movement for the fast bowlers थोड़ा सा tough है. Now it's up to the big players, Root, Bairstow, Stokes. उसके बाद मोइन अली और वोक्स भी बैटिंग कर सकते हैं. England will have to try and to take a lead, 350, try to get to 300, 350, get a lead, and put Australia under pressure. If they don't get the lead, then it's going to be a tough game for them once again. They'll rely on some miracle chase from Stokes or someone like that. मेरे जिम्मी के लिए अच्छा विकेट था भाई, मगर उसको रेस्ट जरूरी था. उन्हें आउट ऑफ वो दिख रहा था, आउट ऑफ द जोन जिमी एंडरसन. और वुड का पेस आप देखो ऑलरेडी, इट्स ट्रबलिंग ऑस्ट्रेलिया. ही लुक्स लाइक द एक्स फैक्टर, एंड वोक्स आल्सो डिड अ वेरी गुड जॉब. अगर आप देखें, उन्हें भी कंडीशंस अच्छी यूज करा, कंट्रोल अच्छा है न्यू बॉल पे. उसको पता है लाइन लेंथ किधर डालना है, कौन से बैट्समैन को. कभी कभी पिट जाता है, लेकिन विकेट्स भी ले रहा है वो. तो आई थिंक वोक्स डिड अ गुड जॉब फिलिंग इन. रोहित कोहली का T20 क्रिकेट ओवर हो गया क्या, ऐसा दिख रहा भाई. अगर कोहली शायद वापस आ सकता वर्ल्ड कप के लिए, मगर अगर सब आगे रोहित कोहली और राहुल, इन लोग सब आएंगे तो अनफेयर हो जाएगा. बिकॉज अभी जो टीम खेल रहे हैं हार्दिक पांड्या के अंडर, यही टीम with maybe they'll make some changes in terms of youngsters, they might go to the World Cup. But because one thing that I noticed is they still made 6 changes to this T20 team compared to the last T20 team. And if they make changes like that, then Virat Kohli probably come into the team. I don't think उसको ड्रॉप करेंगे. जेम्स एंडरसन तो मेरा मैच विनर है, तू मेरा मैच विनर है, नवाज मेरा मैच विनर है. हैरी ब्रुक को किसकी नजर लग गई बस, हमारी, मैं और फैज नजर लगा दिया हैरी ब्रुक पे. उसको खेलने नहीं आ रहा भाई, मेरे को भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा. बेचारा गेम में 1 down, challenging conditions. Honestly, the first 2 test matches he batted well, but he didn't make the most of it. Looked uncomfortable against the short ball, and then this game to I wasn't expecting that many runs when I saw the overcast conditions and the way Australia were bowling. England will lose, Andy Bhai bol rahe. And just joining me is my co-host. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. मैं समझा आज चीज पूरा टेस्ट मैच खत्म हो जाने वाला है.
कैसा था भाई ट्रेडिशनल टेस्ट क्रिकेट? हाँ, बहुत एंटरटेनिंग था ये. I think this is one of the top days of test cricket in this series.
Yeah. लाइक यू सेड मैच कंडीशंस देखते कि मार्कवुड के देखा 96.5 का बॉल डाला माइल्स पर आवर मैन दैट वाज इनसेन उन्हें and that's what we've been talking about, right? The importance of pace was lacking in the first two
Yeah,
tests as well. वो
absolutely.
बहुत अब समझ में आ रहा है कि भाई कितना differential factor है. I think both the teams made the right choice by dropping whoever they did, right? Jimmy Anderson को यहाँ drop करे, इधर अपने Hazelwood को drop करे, and batting में अपने Mitch Marsh had come, made that 100. That was a differential factor. Markwood picked up a fiver. So I think tactically both of them are on thing, but again England giving away too many chances. Again Australia not
स्लॉपी
capitalizing on their
फील्डिंग मैन, स्लॉपी
sloppy.
फील्डिंग इंग्लैंड.
Yeah.
भाई उन लोग 150 में ऑल आउट कर दे सकते थे अगर मिचेल मार्श का विकेट लिए तो. अब आई डोंट नो,
Hmm.
एफर्ट्स बहुत रहते, बट स्लिप कॉर्डन एंड बेयरस्टो भी कैच छोड़ा, लाइक दे वर नॉट.
बेस्टो को तो yeah, Besto, a lot of people are criticizing Besto क्या हाथ में ऐसे जो कैच आ रहा छोड़ दे रहा है and stuff like that, but again he has been out of form, like in terms of cricket से बाहर था काफी टाइम से, and I think वो थोड़ा दे सकते हैं, but हैरी ब्रुक को नको बोला यार कुछ भी नहीं, उन्हें फ्लैट ट्रैक बोली, उन्हें अच्छा है यार उसको थोड़ा टाइम दो. uh, he, I mean today Pat Cummins also I think उन्हें अच्छा डाला, he bowled
Yeah,
pretty good, right? You can't really
the
do much,
opposition is
but
tough. This is a big
for
challenge for
me,
Harry Brook.
it's Marnus Labuschagne. It's Labuschagne. Why isn't he able to perform, man? Like the hype that we've seen created. Now, when you go back and think, he hit it against West Indies and South Africa, the 500 odd runs that he hit in that thing. I know he's number one batsman, technically gifted and stuff. But it's not about just defensive. What's your attacking approach? And I think whenever he's trying to get into an attacking momentum, he's giving away his wicket. And Steve Smith really looked good to me. आज Steve Smith बहुत अच्छा दिखा मेरे को जब खेल रहा था. I thought he would probably get to something. Then Stuart Broad came out with one and he just edged it. But apart from that, yeah, I think evenly balanced yeah, BP match like Mustafa. These are those matches that you might see it finish by day three. You might right day four, day three. It looks like that already. The second innings के थोड़ा बहुत 25% खत्म हो चुका almost, like let's say 20%. अगर fourth wicket चले आता था जो रूट का तो आज potentially half of their squad would be back and we would have been talking differently. But 263 is actually a very good score. जो
It's
Australia
a good
managed to
score,
get
yeah.
because
I
of
think
Mitch Marsh.
yeah, that's the thing. I think, like, England squandered a few chances, and now what they have to do is try to get to that score, and then I think get to 300. They get to 300, then they gotta take their chances and think, because अगर ये pitch पे Faiz anything above 300 will be very
300
difficult
will
to chase.
pressure,
नहीं?
yeah. And आप ये देख लो कि 300 जो बाकी के दो एडिनबरा पे और इधर एजबास्टन
एडिनबरा
पे
कहाँ जा रहे
एडिनबरा
थे?
एजबास्टन
एडिनबरा
एजबास्टन
कहाँ चले लेके चले आ रहे हैं मेरे को?
एजबास्टन एंड लॉर्ड्स
आउट
पे
हो
भी
गई
अगर देखें
एडिनबरा की टीम आज.
हाँ नहीं but coming back to Edgbaston and Lords पे even they were taking time 300 को जा रहे थे, पर यहाँ पे तो the way the conditions are movement ऐसा है it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, no, like the thing is also, if you noticed, now when the sun comes out, I think it'll be different to bat on. If you noticed overcast conditions, they said this on Sky Sports also, if I'm not mistaken, or in cricket. For someone said it, one journalist, that the overcast conditions in Headingley affects the game the most. लॉर्ड्स में भी ओवरकास्ट था, मगर फिर भी बैटिंग कर ले सकते. ये वो जब यहाँ पे ओवरकास्ट होता है, समथिंग इन इट, हवा में या कुछ, इट मेक्स इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू बैट ऑन. So when the sun does come out, then we can judge the pitch a bit more. Right now, we don't know, because even Mark Wood got the ball to swing properly. Man, he was
Yeah.
unplayable
And
in
that's what
that
I was
start.
thinking about. Like, imagine Jimmy got the chance here. Like, maybe would have
That's
been
what Andy
like,
was saying as
but it
well.
would be again, it would be an if and like touch and go. ना अगर नहीं होता था तो फिर अपन ये बोलते कि जिम्मी का खत्म ही हो गया. Then I would have just called an end on Jimmy's career maybe in terms of his 40. But in these conditions, like Mark Wood's pace, man, like oof, now I can
Yeah.
understand why he has that many injuries. But I think
Yeah.
the
That's
way
the thing.
he's
He
killing
is.
it
First, they're going to play him in this test match. They might have to run him in the next two matches as well.
next two
Then he's
matches,
going to
yeah,
rest all the way until October for the
World
World
Cup,
Cup.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
भाई उसका pace कोई भी format में मुश्किल है. Like ठीक है, पिट जा सकता है इधर उधर, but it's very difficult to keep hitting him with that
उन्हें जो
pace, man.
बॉल ख्वाजा को डाला भाई
Yeah.
इतनी ब्यूटीफुली इन थोड़ा इन स्विंग हुआ, ख्वाजा वाज caught in 2 minds. Again, David Warner, number 16th wicket, I think, to Stuart Broad,
Yeah.
and it's just
Did
been
you see
that thing.
the setup though for Khwaja? The short ball, good length, and
And
then
then
he
hit,
pitched it. Yeah, he pitched it up.
yeah.
And Cummins का उल्टा कर दिया उन्हें. Cummins was expecting short ball, उन्हें full डाल दिया. क्या ball था वो? And his shot, you could see that he's going into the shot and ball already pat को लग गया. That's how fast this guy
Yeah,
is, bro.
that's what I think. It was when on England cricket के page पे on their Twitter, it's like it was so fast that comments couldn't even play a shot. Like their title was that इतना तेज आया कि भाई and I mean that's it. 96 पे अगर डाल रहा कोई भाई, that's like 154, 155 in a test game, which ideally you don't see that every day. And that's where I was telling you the other day that I want to see Pakistani bowlers in Test cricket. It would be
या
insane to
मेरी
see
तो
that.
नींद उड़ गई जब सुबह सुबह उन्हें 95
Ball
डाल
one
दिया था.
five.
मैं
Yeah.
बोला क्या है इन्हें तो बहुत तेज डाल रहा है like and we want to see that, right? Like I mean we weren't lucky as much as our dads who watched West Indies fast bowling and
West
stuff, but
Indies. Yeah.
we still saw Shoaib Akhtar, Brett Lee and stuff. We enjoy fast bowling, man. So it was
And
really good to
actually,
see that.
anyone with a 150 plus a lot, when Brett Lee came into the scene, you remember, right? Like
Hmm.
Brett Lee and Shane Lee, dono aaye the boys, and it
Yeah.
was so amazing to see Brett Lee bowl. And obviously, pace is something that everyone can generate. उतना level का तो कोई नहीं generate कर सकता भाई. इंडिया में hardly एक दो bowler है जो करते. तो I mean, इसके like उमरान मलिक हो गया, एक probably अपना बुमराह एक time पे कर रहा था. Not 150, 145, 146, but उसके अलावा it's hard.
Yeah, and you're talking about Labuschagne. One thing that
Hmm.
if you watch his batting throughout, like he's done some, has some brilliant innings. England itself, 2019, mein his first innings, the concussion substitute was a 50 in tough conditions. But if you notice, उन्हें हर इनिंग में चांस देता है. वहां पे भी जो सेंचुरीज मार रहा था उन्हें कैचेस देता है. इंडिया के अगेंस्ट जो सेंचुरी मारा था ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, उसमें भी उन्हें कैच ड्रॉप हुआ था उसका. तो ही इज काइंड ऑफ लकी प्लेयर एट टाइम्स, बट उन्हें जब सेट रहता, he looks really good. But in general, yes, Labuschagne, David Warner, these guys, it's you can question their batting because they haven't gotten to those big scores. But then you compare them to the England batsmen, they're still doing a decent job because in England you're not getting as big scores either. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में ख्वाजा मार दे रहा सेंचुरी, स्मिथ मार दे रहा, आज मिचेल मार्श मारा, कोई ना कोई आके सेंचुरी मार दे रहा लगातार. So they're still getting away with it. But whereas in England they need somebody to step up. I know Ben Stokes scored a century in the last game, but they need someone to step up and keep batting.
And that's what I was more surprised जब Harry Brook भी चले गया, Benducket, Zach Crawley ना चले गया बाद, Joe Root still went for shots, right? Like Joe Root still did weird things. And what
जमाना
we were
बदल गया भाई.
अपन जो बात कर रहे थे कि इसके अतराफ में खेलना baseball. Let Joe Root be that figurehead who's staying. Like today,
Yeah,
Travis
yeah,
Head is
exactly,
ideally the
exactly.
guy who's going to go on the counter attack. But here, Mitch Marsh was on the counter attack, and Travis Head was the one who was waiting and taking in the
Exactly.
pressure.
That's
Joe
what I
Root
said.
has to be that.
Travis Head
Yeah,
changed his role. He played Steve Smith's role, and this guy played Travis Head's role. So
yeah.
you have to have that combination there. Did you see any? You saw how the crowd was going at it when Carey came into
Mhm.
bat and when Cummins came into bat. They
Yeah,
went
yeah.
ballistic, bro. The Western Terrace is that infamous terrace at Leeds where they are rowdy, and yeah, they gave it next level. I'm sure tomorrow also square leg पे जो भी field कर रहा है या वो area में जो भी field कर रहा है, they're going to get a lot of stick. The crowd was pumped for it, and I think the way Wood bowled that pumped the crowd even more. It was exactly the answer that they wanted,
Yeah.
right, to that second test.
And it sort of lifted the more Ashes even more than what I mean. अब दो matches spectacular, but ये fast bowling के साथ जो Marquardt elevated the whole
Yeah.
situation. It got exciting the whole day, right? Like पूरा दिन we were just waiting. अब wicket चले आती, अब wicket चले आती, अब wicket चले आती, and he was always on that. His line and length was brilliant. भाई क्या spell था?
Do you feel an upgrade from the games we watched, the
In
Karachi
terms of
and
bowling quality, yeah. In
Ahmedabad?
terms of bowling
No,
quality,
like how when
100%.
we started in December watching games in Karachi, Ahmedabad, this, that. Have you seen an upgrade in Test cricket in this series?
I've seen an upgrade if you're talking England specific, I'm saying I saw an upgrade in their bowling, but their batting is
No,
the same.
just the cricket itself,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just the
In Test
contest
cricket, yeah,
between bat and
yeah,
ball.
yeah.
It's just more gripping, right? Like, I mean, there's mistakes from both teams, don't get me wrong, but it's just more gripping this way.
Mhm.
Lekin, yeah, who do you think has the slight edge right now? You think it's 50-50 right now?
I think it's at this point of time it could be 50-50 because Root agar out ho jata tha, then I would say probably it would be the other thing. But again, first session there are a lot of wickets in that first session. Depending upon agar fir overcast hua, Australia will exploit it. Probably you might even if England don't change the template and stick to baseball, give away edges, and Australia take those catches, and you might even see England get 150 out.
I think they still continue to play aggressive cricket, but like you said, one person needs to be anchor in this kind
Like
of
if you see
situation.
the same thing Ben Stokes did on the last day,
Yeah,
or
like
yeah,
that.
he waited and took his opportunities when it came to him. अभी आप खाली जाके मारोगे तो आपको कुछ मिलेगा नहीं. You have to also protect and put a price on it because at the moment Ben Stokes went, if you didn't put a price on his wicket the way he did, भाई उन्हें शुरू के 15 ओवर में अगर आउट हो जाता तो खत्म ही था गेम जब भी. But he put a price as well and he took his flat time.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the biggest things, man, Netherlands. कहाँ से आ गया रो Zimbabwe and like Scotland must be kicking
What a
themselves.
100 man! उन्हें क्या batting करा
They're
भाई
leading.
आज incredible innings under pressure. I thought Scotland will go through. I'll be very honest with you. First, I thought Zimbabwe will go through, but Netherlands out of nowhere are coming to Hyderabad, baby. Are you ready?
Yeah.
They're asking you to arrange the good stuff for them, bro. From Amsterdam to Hyderabad, the flight. They
पालक
will.
खिला दे तो.
But yeah, incredible performance from them. They will be playing Pakistan there in Hyderabad, and yeah, they are the second qualifier team with Sri Lanka. Congratulations to the whole team. I support Netherlands in football, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Now it's time to come to the
now
cricket.
they're coming to the
There's
cricket.
another orange army in town in the
It's another orange
international.
army. We love the color orange. We support whichever team is orange, and yeah, we have a good connection with the Dutch since we were
Yeah.
kids. So when it comes to Van
Yeah.
Nistelrooy, Van de Beek, Van de this, Van de
Van
Sar,
der
Van
Breggen.
de Oud. So yeah, I mean, congratulations to them. I didn't expect it, but they played really good today, and in a do or die game,
No,
they
it
stepped up.
basically the temperament of a team. I think it comes down to that, right? Like Zimbabwe 4-4, they were brilliant, right? They were smashing it, but I think कहीं कहीं ना कहीं उनका momentum किधर दे उन लोगों को लग गया कि उन लोग आने वाले. They didn't finish it. वो बोलते ना complete करो, finish the whole game and then talk. I think that's what happened with Zimbabwe. With Scotland again, like poor bowling. I think they weren't that good with the ball today. They gave away a lot of runs. And they weren't tight enough in the field. Netherlands kept their belief. I mean,
And they
that's
were
what it is.
controlling
And
the
they kept
game.
the
Those
same
Scott,
belief
yeah.
to South Africa in the T20 World Cup. Like they just kept belief.
Yeah, Scotland controlled the game, but yeah, Netherlands just like held their nerve and finished it off in the end. Also, how much do you think the impact like in the last couple of years, England have gone to Amsterdam or like in the Netherlands played cricket there, Pakistan have played a series there. Then of course the T20 World Cup, they had the big scalp against South Africa. So these kind of experiences, it shows how important it is to play
Yeah.
against big sides as well. You can say that भाई एक ही सीरीज था क्या होता उसमें कुछ भी नहीं, but Butler जो मारा था वहां पे 490 मारे थे इंग्लैंड, याद है
Yeah,
नेदरलैंड्स के
yeah.
अगेंस्ट. आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर था शायद वो
Yes.
490 कुछ मारे थे. एंड देन पाकिस्तान गए, पाकिस्तान भी बाबर इन लोग सुद्धिए थे वहां पे, लेकिन दे लर्न फ्रॉम दैट. दे लर्न ठीक है, इट्स वन साइडेड एंड व्हाटएवर, एंड दे टेक these learnings into these tournaments, and then when they play teams on their level, they turn out to be the superior team because they understand, bro, like they played they played against high quality players, high quality teams, and they take that as learnings, and they improve it on their own game.
100%. I mean, same situation of Afghanistan. देखो ना, now they're playing people in Dubai. They're playing people in like they're going around and playing different
हाँ
series.
जी.
तो उसके हिसाब से उन लोगों की भी टीम ग्रो होंगी. I mean, they're not used to a test cricket. They managed to get a test cricket, but yeah, I think अभी it'll come. Like they need these experiences. They need to get battered at times. They understand अरे ऐसा करे तो ऐसा होगा, ऐसा करे तो ऐसा होगा. It's basically like any process takes like hits and stuff, right? But yeah, it's at the end of the day learnings and stuff. तो मेरे हिसाब से I think Netherlands, and they're quite an old team in cricket. I mean, when taking that fact away as well, they know they're pretty much more experienced. But so is Scotland, so is Ireland. But like you said, that the differential factor is that they've been taking the cricket a bit more seriously than
Yeah.
the
They have a
rest of
South
the world.
African influence as well, right? That Dutch,
Exactly. Yeah.
like they do have some South African players. They used to have the Australian players as well. Dirk Nannes used to also play for them.
Dirk Annis. Yeah.
So they've had some really good players, and it's good to see that, like that they're in the World Cup. I honestly would have loved to see West Indies or Zimbabwe, but you have to also be happy that there's a team from another country. Imagine the Dutch fans coming to India, to Hyderabad, baby. We'll be
Mm.
taking care of them. That is our job. We'll be taking care of them. We'll be their translators and whatever. Faiz will be speaking in Telugu, and I'll be speaking in Urdu, and we will translate for all the Dutch fans. So whoever is Dutch and who's coming to Hyderabad for the game against Pakistan, let us know. We will be your tour guides. We'll take you to Charminar. We'll take you for chicken 65. We'll take you for chai. जहाँ भी जाना है बोलो, अपन लेके जाएगा.
सबका ट्रांसलेशन करेगा ये फैजल.
Happy birthday, my Dhoni का birthday है आज.
Yeah, baby, it's the greatest captain ever. His captain.
Oh, happy birthday, Mr. MS Dhoni.
Tamim Iqbal retired
Yeah,
from
man.
cricket.
Did you see his?
He cried. Yeah,
Yeah.
bichara, I felt bad for him.
What a player, man. My main memory of him is when he spanked India in the 2007 World Cup, bro. Like a 50 over game tha, India was Bangladesh was chasing 200 odd, and Zahir Khan ko kata mar raha tha unhe. That was my first memory, not first memory, but one of my main memories of him. But overall, he's had a really good career. He's a really good batter, man. Appreciate what he's done for Bangladesh cricket, and hopefully he has, wishing him all the best, and happy birthday to MS Dhoni. If you're watching, have a nice cake on our behalf, and थोड़ा फुटबॉल खेल लो, बैडमिंटन. Dhoni likes some badminton like us. He likes racket
Yeah.
sports. So play some badminton and enjoy the rest of your day.
At the moment, not here. Ferguson, Wood, Umran Malik, and Haris Ruff bowl 150 plus in international cricket. I think even international cricket, even Lance Morris, I think is 150, right, Musi?
Yeah, he bowls 150, but he only played like one game.
One
I don't
game,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. Avi Marsh out bhi karega. Yeah, I mean Marsh, an upgrade on
ले
Kenny
लिया
Field,
है.
would you say, or just like a different version, like a different all-rounder, different type, more experienced? He's been
Yeah.
out of Test cricket. I think 4 साल से नहीं खेल रहा Test cricket उन्हें, तो for him to come back like this, Green को हुआ क्या भाई?
क्या हुआ कि आई डोंट नो, आई थिंक वो मारे जब से रेड हो गया ना बेन स्टोक्स, तो दिख रहा नहीं
I
कहीं.
think वो जो spell था a bit unfair. Also bat के साथ उतना नहीं चल रहा था, but I think
But the fielding was
Australia make
something else.
yeah, his fielding was incredible, but Australia do take ruthless decisions, and it's good that Mitchell Marsh got that opportunity and he did really well. England 220 all out, I think, could be.
Mhm.
Man, they could get under 200 all out as well, or they can hit 350. You can never predict with this England side. The Netherlands needed to chase 44 overs to qualify, and at one stage it looked like they would be able to do it. Then the partnership between Delete and Edwards changed as turned the match around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like Scotland had it in control. Like, you know, they should have.
Everything was in their direction and they just messed up. I think that's what it is. Like जब दो प्लेयर like शुरू हो जाते हैं and you just can't do anything. Like we saw Ben Stokes and जो भी थे, I mean Stuart Broad, he was still annoying the opposition right in the last test. So when they start going, you can't really do much, and you just have to pray for
so
error.
they finished it in 42.1. They had to finish it in what? How much?
44.
44, right? So with an over to spare also, that's incredible. It's like chasing 300 basically, 300 plus. And yeah, they did a really good job, and you have to give them credit, man. They've absolutely smashed it. Pakistan वाले मैच में मजा आएगा, but वो नहीं आएंगे क्या? 100% आएंगे.
आज बाबर बोले ना, like I'm not focused on one team, I'm focused on the other team as well. It's not just about one team. So they already started talking stuff, and I think 100% they'll be coming.
बाबर आ रहे हैं भाई, सब आ रहे हैं वहां पे. एंड इट्स वर्ल्ड कप ब्रो, यू वांट ऑल द टीम्स टू प्ले. ऐसा नहीं भाई एक टीम नहीं आई ये वो. भाई अब सिक्योरिटी दो, सेफ्टी दो और खेलो. हमको देखना है सारे टीम्स खेलना. लाइक यू नो, एंड यू विल हैव all over the world fans watching that India-Pakistan game, or even like, you know, you see when India is not playing, when Pakistan's playing, watch their cricket also. It's good. Like we don't get the time as Indian fans to watch Pakistani cricket as much because India plays so much, right? We only see them. I mean, me and Faiz take out the time and we do watch Pakistan, but in general, Indian fans don't get to see Pakistan as much. Enjoy them, man. Come and see. It's a different kind of thing. You don't have to support them. You don't have to do anything, but just enjoy. See, it's a different thing. They might not even perform. They might perform, but they're a highly talented bunch. I watched them closely in Dubai also, and I've enjoyed the cricket. So it'll be fun to watch. Nekfaz said that bowlers Naseem Shah, Shaheen Afridi, फिर Babar, Rizwan, भाई मजा आता है इन लोगों को भी देखना. Who is Bangladesh captain in World Cup now?
That's a good question.
Maybe
man.
Devdas, Litton Das.
Yeah, Litton Das is the captain, but will Shakib Bhai play? Shakib Bhai might
he should play. But Shakib captain, I don't know, man. He's been there, done that. Is very his temperament is very fluctuating. Dhoni likes football. Yeah, ये मिलान को वन डाउन एंड जॉस बटलर को लाए ओपनिंग में. किसमें बोल रहे भाई आप?
I think he's talking about the Netherlands game.
Maybe he's talking about this test cricket में लेके अंशुल भाई बोल रहे हैं कि बटलर को ओपनिंग लेके आओ उसमें. Instead of duck it and one down में उसको लेके आओ.
अच्छा वैसा बोल रहे हैं.
I think वैसा बोल.
The way they हाँ, Tamim was tired. That's why well 34 as well I think, right? So I guess he's tired. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्लेयर्स 4 साल बाद आके 100 मार रहे हैं. एक पुजारा ही है, रांझी भी खेलेगा, काउंटी भी, जिम्बाब्वे में भी जाके डोमेस्टिक खेलेगा, फिर WC में हक देगा. I mean yeah, it's a fair point. देखो भाई, बट मेरे को एक ही चीज है भाई, पुजारा अकेले नहीं था. आई नो जो शॉट्स खेला थोड़ा वेवर्ड थे, उसके क्वालिटी के बाहर से ही ट्राइड समथिंग डिफरेंट, बट टीम तो आखिरी टीम है. सब जाके खेल रहे, सब जाके सब कर रहे, सब बस सबका ही नहीं चल रहा. इट्स नॉट लाइक खाली पुजारा का. आई नो उन्हें वहां जाके स्पेसिफिकली खेला, बट दैट स्टिल डजंट टेक द फैक्ट अवे दैट 10 और लोग थे साथ में उसके.
Australia भी तारीफ करना है भाई. Like today it was England's day. Like until that.
Yeah, seriously.
Then they came in, picked up 3 wickets. They don't give up, man. They make it so tough for the opposition. They're already 2-0 up. We thought, ठीक है, आज England will come back and this and that, but they're still in the game. It's 50-50. Tomorrow they can make the game in their favor like this. I think the way they've been playing the cricket is so good, man. With the bat, someone or the other is contributing. They're fighting till the end. With the ball, they are so accurate. Pat Cummins leading from the front, incredible bowling.
And the level
Maza
of
aa raha.
fatigue, that's not fatigue. He's like
Yeah.
credit to the fitness as well. They've been playing consistently since like February, and then they took a break in.
और तुम देख रहे उन लोग हर मैच में एक फास्ट बॉलर को रोटेट कर रहे
Hmm,
हैं। स्टार्क
yeah,
बैठा पहला, फिर बोलेंड बैठा, अब
Berlin
इन्हें
अब Rob
हेजलवुड बैठा।
Hazelwood बैठा,
बहुत
yeah, yeah.
स्मार्ट कर रहे हैं उन लोगों को। जो खेल रहा हर गेम, उन्हें तो परफॉर्मेंस उसका डाउन ही नहीं जा रहा।
And I
पैट
think
कमिंस।
उसलिए भी कैम ग्रीन का को बैठाए होंगे थोड़ा, उसको भी legs में
Yeah.
he needs a
They're
little bit
making
of.
subtle changes and things. But if you see the 11 first for England, this looks like the best 11 so far in the series, even though right now they're
Yeah,
not in the
yeah.
most comfortable position. Lekin bowling attack wise, they look solid. Batting, maybe they can change a few things around. Harry Brook one down, maybe not as comfortable, but still they bat until walks. You would
Yeah,
take this
that's
batting lineup, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I was going to come to. Okay, depth बढ़ गए bit. Moeen Ali and Chris Wokes coming in, and also the pace attack looks like a pace attack now. Like the Robinson and Anderson, they both were like medium paces rather than fast bowlers. Stuart Broad putting everything on the line. He was still faster than both of them. So, मेरे हिसाब से now you can see a lethal weapon in Mark Wood, and then you have Chris Wokes also bowled pretty good. So, and like you said, the batting is still the tail. Like even like Broad can come and hit it, and everybody can. So they have a lot of batting right now.
Yeah, I like this lineup. Like, I think it's a
Hmm.
much more balanced in that way. And they do have batting, they do bat deep. Once again, Babar will come to India. In 16, he was there, 2016?
I think he was. Yeah, he was.
Was he?
He was. He was.
Multan
Rizwan and Babar both were there, right?
No, Rizwan wasn't there, bro. Was he?
I think it was.
2016 में मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा। Multan Sultan's owner passed away today. Reports by Lahore police say it was a case. May he rest in peace. It's unfortunate news. I did not know that. But yeah, I think overall this game is evenly poised. It was a really good day of cricket. Sometimes it was England dominating, sometimes Australia dominating. Really enjoyed it. And tomorrow, I think for England, it's about keeping wickets, getting close to that target, and then trying to fathom some sort of lead. Whereas Australia will look to take the lead of their own and put pressure on England. England में वो उसको good all-rounder उसका नाम कम है, very smart bowler. Yeah, बहुत smart
Yeah,
bowler.
very
आज
good.
वो
Both.
दिखा, like
Yeah.
उन्हें control अच्छा था उसके bowling पे, ठीक है, he leaked a few runs, but wickets अच्छे लिया उन्हें, and bat के साथ भी उन्हें underrated है। उन्हें एक पाकिस्तान के against एक पारी खेला था, बहुत जबरदस्त था वो England मैच। तो ये conditions में Wokes is a very good fit. No, this whole Pakistan team is coming to India for the first time.
Yeah, I just.
That's what I assumed. I don't
Yeah, yeah. नहीं
remember
वो
Babar is one.
दुबई का इतना हो गया, दुबई में था वो
मेरे
जो
को
भी था।
2016 में याद नहीं है बाबर उन लोग थे बोल के, या सो या
धोनी था तो I don't think धोनी के टाइम पे भी थे उन
Bob
लोग।
is coming for the first time. We are going to welcome him with open arms. मेहमान आ रहे तो मेहमान नवाजी करना पड़ेगा, and we will make sure that they enjoy the stay in India. Hopefully, I mean everyone will make sure that they enjoy the stay. World Cup है भाई, you have to think. But yes, Faz, और कुछ ऐड करना है आपको?
और कुछ नहीं, but it's just been like a very good क्या बोल सकते हैं, day of cricket in terms of like the things that have happened. Netherlands coming from a dead position and they're now in the World Cup and they're coming to India. Australia looked like they were knocked out and they're probably 2-1 के आसार दिख रहे थे the way England were thinking. I thought अरे England आके सूद देने वाले, but then Mitch Marsh का 100 आ गया, redemption kind of a टर्न निकला उसके हिसाब से, because IPL भी काफी पोर था. We know what Mitch Marsh was not doing that great even in the IPL. उसके बाद फिर इंग्लैंड के 3 विकेट चले गए, जो 4 विकेट हो जाते तो बहुत बड़ी चीज हो जाती थी. तो आई थिंक इट्स बीन अ टॉप सी टर्बी काइंड ऑफ डे. तो बहुत अच्छी क्रैन है.
बेस्टो थोड़ा बहुत क्रीज में ऐसा बैट डाल रहा था, नहीं थोड़ा बहुत चल रहा था आई थिंक विद द प्ले विद
वो तो चलेगा, दैट वोंट रियली स्टॉप, राइट? लाइक यू वोंट फॉरगेट समथिंग. एंड अभी भी मैं नहीं समझ सकता ना क्या सोच के आगे गया.
वो वाला बोल रहे हैं, क्या मेरे को क्या दिख रहा मालूम, देयर इज अ आर्गुमेंट in both sides, but that's out. That's the thing. It's out, right? But मैं notice करा, they were saying he was walking, he was running, he was going out of his crease like 3-4 times, which is true. उन्हें कहाँ सोच गया मेरे को नहीं मालूम, but for me he wasn't intending to take a single. उन्होंने पैर को ऐसा टैप करा था, तुम देखे तो if you take it from his perspective, like he thought it was end of the over and he was leaving, but at the same time, Alex Carey, it's not like he was looking for the run out. He took the ball and just threw it in one motion. So it was out 100%. But if I'm looking at it from Bursto's perspective, the only excuse I have that is he thought it was ended over. He tapped his foot and went. But it's out. It's out.
Yeah, tap your foot or not, like you still wait for the umpire's signal.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Everybody is still. Apart from him, everybody else is in a still position. And
you have to. Like it's completely out. I'm just giving an excuse from his behalf, but like it's out. You have to wait for the umpire to call the over. That is ignorant of him. to just
Hmm.
leave like that and assume that the over is done. The ball is still live. There's no way. Like, and you say spirit of the game, that should have come in, should have called him back, or and thing like that. But what about the spirit of the game of him leaving his crease, not abiding by the rules until the umpire says over? You have to respect the umpire also. That's also in the spirit of the game. By
I'm just
that,
looking at I'm just looking at this way. Okay, let's say it was India. Kohli did something like, not Kohli, is तो बहुत बड़ा नाम है. Pujara did something like this, which costed you the test match. And he would well in spirit of the game अगर कोई explanation देता था. अब बैगन का spirit बोलते थे जाके just hit the stumps बोलते थे कोई. I mean the keeper, I'm sorry, confuse कर दिया मैं. अगर अपना कीपर केएल भरत मार दिया स्टंप्स को, आउट दे दिया, अपन भी
yeah.
लड़ते थे. काय का स्पिरिट ऑफ द गेम, बैगन का स्पिरिट ऑफ द गेम. आई
या
वुड
नो,
बी जस्ट.
अब देखो धोनी जो करा मेरे हिसाब से गलत करा था जब ही गॉट इयन बेल आउट, बट इंग्लैंड दे अपलॉडेड हिम कि भाई आप इयन बेल को वापस लाए. वो क्या था, दे थॉट बाउंड्री चले गया, वो उन्हें प्रवीण कुमार जो भी रोक दिया था. वो द रिप्ले शो दैट द फुट डिडंट टच द बाउंड्री, सो इट्स नॉट अ फोर. अब उन्हें फेंका, उन लोग समझे बाउंड्री है, सो दे doing fist pump in the middle of the wicket. उन्होंने बॉल उठाया, धोनी gathered it, hit I think through to the fielder, and he put the stumps down, and it's out because bro, it didn't go to the boundary. How can
या
you?
यू प्ले टिल द व्हिसल बोलते ना फुटबॉल में, एग्जैक्टली प्ले
या
टिल
बट
द
धोनी
एंड.
ठीक है, उन लोगों को नहीं मालूम था, ये वो स्पिरिट ऑफ द गेम बोल के उन्हें वो कर दिया. बट रूल है तो
उन्हें फिर
रूल
स्पिरिट में क्या करा फिर उन्होंने उसके बाद.
मार दिया उसके बाद. तो लाइक सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, लाइक आउट है. आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी देयर इज नो
एक्सक्यूज
क्वेश्चन
या.
अबाउट इट. या वेस्ट इंडीज T20 सीरीज जीत सकती है. बॉलिंग इंडिया की वीडियो बिल्कुल जीत सकती है. मैं कल भी वो बोल रहा था कि जब टीम देख रहे थे इंडिया का कि इनएक्सपीरियंस है थोड़ा, बट इट्स गुड दैट द लाइक्स ऑफ उमरान मलिक, अर्शदीप, अवेश खान, मुकेश कुमार आर गेटिंग द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू प्ले इन ओवरसीज कंडीशंस. दे हैव अ डिफरेंट चैलेंज अगेंस्ट वेस्ट इंडीज टीम हु लुक टू अटैक देम. तो अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस होगा इन लोगों के लिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि गारंटी जीतने वाले इंडिया, बट ये बॉलर्स ऐसा डेवलप होंगे, आप ओवरसीज खेलेंगे अलग कंडीशंस में, आप इंप्रूव होंगे. तो मेरे हिसाब से लाइक इवन इफ दे गेट हिट, it's something that they can learn from. ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुमेन जिस
100%.
इंग्लैंड T20 में विकेट जाते रहे, मार लगती है दोनों टीम से. भाई वो कल मैच बहुत जबरदस्त था. अगेन एक्लस्टोन एंड ग्लेन क्या बॉलिंग करे, जबरदस्त बॉलिंग करे थे. मैं मैच देखा वो, एंड in the end, Lisa Perry almost pulled it off, man. She absolutely smashed it, and England won only by 3 runs, I think. But that was a really good game as well. England keep the hopes alive in the series with that victory. वो भी अच्छा series चल रहा, मजा आ रहा है उसका. Sunday, Sri Lanka versus Netherlands qualifier final. Winner versus Pakistan on 6th, loser versus South Africa on 7th October. So maybe first 6th October, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and then Pakistan are playing Netherlands as well, right?
Yeah.
Qualifier 1 and 2. So
12th.
yeah, 12th. It's gonna be. I उसी में देखना
Why
पड़ेगा
couldn't we
फिर
get
इंडिया.
Pakistan, England, bro? Or Pakistan, Australia, and Hyderabad?
Yeah, some feisty pace affair.
Yeah.
फिर भी जिस तरीके से डीलीडी खेल रहा और जैसे कहाँ से मैच लाता रहा, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर एंटरटेनमेंट तो होने वाला है. एंड it's always going to be good to see Pakistani bowlers. I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to be excited. I'm just really excited to see them live.
Yeah, मजा तो
अलग
आएगा.
अलग मजा आने वाला है उन लोगों के साथ.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. Would you like to add any closing comments, your thoughts on anything? We didn't discuss I discussed the India thing with the T20 squad, but I don't know if you had any other thoughts on that, if you wanted to add.
I think, like you said, I mean, we were really wanted Ravi Bishnoi to come into the squad, and we saw finally Ravi Bishnoi getting into the squad. I know T20 ka format hai, he should have been, I think, for me, in the 50-over format as well. But at least there's a start from somewhere, and I'm pretty sure if he's able to perform T20 में 4 ओवर में अगर उन्हें ज्यादा विकेट्स निकाला, then उन्हें pretty sure he might have probably a 1% chance that he might earn up a World Cup squad or potentially an India call up again for 50 overs. So
you remember after the T20 World Cup, I told you that Kohli and Rohit and KL have been dropped from the T20 team, and you said no, they're just being rested. Do you still feel that they're being rested, or they're dropped from the T20 team?
I still think that they're rested because, like, for example, I'm just looking at that this way, that they're not utility exactly, but they're like backup now. They're not going to be 100% in this team, obviously.
But is it fair on the captain and on the other players that they're not playing the whole year? आप एक format छोड़ दिए, नहीं खेल रहे हैं, रेस्ट ले रहे हैं आप, और फिर एकदम से आप आके वर्ल्ड कप खेलो. I don't even think it's fair on the player who's playing and the player who's not playing.
Now there's two things in that what I feel like, या तो आप एक्सक्यूज के जैसे यूज करोगे, या तो आप प्रोटेक्शन कैसे यूज करोगे. अगर आपका कोई इंजरी हो गई तो नहीं यार, ये लोग तो एक्सपीरियंस बंदे, इन लोगों को कौन निकालेगा. एंड यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ इंजरी, जैसे ऋतुराज इंजर हो गया, इंजर हो गया, उन्हें इंजर हो गया, एंड देन यू कॉल विराट कोहली. नाउ द सेकंड थिंग इज लाइक यू कुड जस्ट बी लाइक, अरे हम लोग कब बोले कि उन्हें आउट है टीम से, दे आर ऑलवेज बीन इन द टीम. So it's how they're going to use it as an excuse, or they're going to just say
Because
up front,
this
yeah.
thing is not helping India, where the big players rest in one format, and suddenly when the World Cup comes, they all come into play, and but they don't manage the results. And I'll be very honest with you, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, उसमें से एक मैक्सिमम खेल सकता है, and that is probably विराट कोहली.
Virat
और
Kohli, yeah,
उन्हें उन्हें
100%.
नहीं भी खेला तो मेरे को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. मैं इस बार इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ because they've had many shots at the T20 World Cup.
Hmm.
2013 से तो जो भी T20 World Cup हुए इन लोग सब खेले, right? Especially Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. They've got many shots, many shots, many shots. They haven't won one. Yeah, if you wanted for emotional support, this, that, you could go with one of them.
Now,
But I think it's just looking at the new team and
now the
going with
crucial
that.
thing, now the crucial thing in this is Tilak Verma, Sanju Samson, जितने भी बच्चों को बुलाए ऊपर, how
Hmm.
much T20 cricket are they going to play till T20 World Cup?
But
That's
Faiz,
going to
I
be
think that even if you lose, get knocked out, right, in the semi-final or even in the group stage, what difference does it make? Because with Kohli and Rohit, also you got knocked out in the group stage once, you got knocked out in the semi-finals once.
But
वो
again, the
difference make?
backlash will be like, अरे तुम लोग उन लोगों को कैसे लेके गए, उन लोग टीम
Let
इसके
it,
लिए इतनी कम गया.
और अगर कोहली और रोहित को लेके गए और फिर बैकलैश फिर भी होगा, अगर उन लोग हारे
Hmm.
तो फिर से होगा कि बुड्ढों को कितना खिलाएंगे, राइट? तो
Hmm.
मेरे हिसाब से they've got enough shots, just time to back the youngsters in T20 format, and if they lose, man. Like
I
it's
to
not
feel
like
like after the World Cup, Rohit Sharma will call quits on ODI and T20, and he
hmm.
just want to play Test cricket because he said it himself, like not exactly these words, but he said, "I like Test cricket and I really love Test cricket, and I want to develop in that area of my game." So yeah, I think that's what I foresee. Rohit Sharma might give up at least minimum one format is what he's going to give, and that's the T20 100%.
कैरी टू अंडरग्राउंड से जाना पड़ेगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया, या उसको तो
Yeah.
भाई पीछे पड़ेगा उसके. रोहित इज स्टिल द ऑफिशियल टी20 कैप्टन, सो आई डोंट थिंक इट मैटर व्हाट पांड्या वांट्स, बट आई थिंक इट शुड मैटर, एंड आई थिंक इट्स अनफेयर ऑन पांड्या, इट्स अनफेयर ऑन all the players and the team as well, because if you're one captain is leading you in a particular format for the whole year, and suddenly after the 50 over World Cup, because it's a 2024 man, there's a World Cup, everyone comes back. I don't think that's going to work out. They did that before as well in the last year. 50 ओवर में खेले नहीं कोहली रोहित इन लोग, बिकॉज T20 पे फोकस कर रहे थे. दे ओनली प्ले T20 सीरीज. फिर क्या हुआ, वो हार गए T20. अब अभी ये साल क्या हो रहा है, 50 ओवर पे उन लोग फोकस कर रहे, T20 नहीं खेल रहे. उन लोग वर्ल्ड कप के हिसाब से अपना अवेलेबिलिटी दे रहे हैं और अपना वो दे रहे हैं. आई डोंट थिंक दैट इज द राइट वे टू डू. या ठीक है, यू कैन टेक रेस्ट ऑड हियर एंड देयर, बट missing a particular format for 1 year and then coming back next year, not only is it fair on the players who are currently playing, it's also not fair on the players themselves, like Kohli, Rohit have to suddenly come in and stuff like that. I don't think it makes sense, in my opinion,
Now,
to go
now
with
the
the
way
team.
this Indian team is, if it's of glass, and if anyone gets injured, then I'm pretty sure they'll be
Yeah,
coming in as
then okay, if you're
one.
coming as an injury, yeah, but
Yeah.
otherwise I wouldn't do it.
Hmm. The other thing is like, देखो भाई अभी तो World Cup 2020 is about after the World Cup 50 over World Cup, how many people finally decide के खत्म. Rohit Sharma, I'm pretty sure he's dropping it. He doesn't really care for like either he doesn't care about T20 or he doesn't care about 50-50. One of these two formats is what he's going to drop. He's going to play
It's not
IPL.
that he doesn't care, he can't
Yeah,
sustain
like
all three
yeah, that's
formats.
what I'm saying.
Like
Like yeah, he doesn't care in sense like he can't like you said
yeah,
he can't
whatever
sustain
the
it.
World Cup is, he'll care, he'll play that World Cup, he'll want
Yeah,
to play.
100%. He'll want to play the World Cup, but post the World Cup, then again waiting of 4 years. I
अब
don't see
लास्ट
that
ईयर उन्हें
happening.
50 ओवर खेला ही नहीं, उन्हें T20 खेला, मगर अब 50 ओवर खेल रहा है. So it's because he cannot cope up with all three formats. Same thing with
Exactly.
the other guys as well. So I think you just go with the young team. Anyway, you've lost 2 World Cups with these guys in the last 2 years, bro. So just go with another team and
If you go
see
with
how
a
it goes.
younger squad, ideally it would be fun to see a younger squad. It'll be exciting and there'll be a lot of क्या बोलते assumptions होंगे, a lot of presumptions होंगे कि कैसा होगा, क्या होगा, क्या. You still have a new, बोलते हैं ना, new school smell, new car smell kind of a feel. Like you don't know what's going to happen. Anticipation में रहेंगे लोग, which I wouldn't mind to see. But again, I would really still want a Virat Kohli to be in the team, just in case nobody is going anywhere. Like everybody not able to handle this.
Hmm. Batting power, hitting, bench strokes in front of ज्यादा थी.
Hitting. Flintoff
Hitting
had
थी.
ज़्यादा.
I think Stokes. Flintoff भी बहुत strength था.
Accurate
मैं
ज़्यादा Stokes है, I think. Consistent भी.
it's both, yeah. They're crazy. They're both my favorite players in at one. I really like both of them. Flintoff, though, I absolutely loved him. Man. Bowling उसकी मेरे को बहुत अच्छा दिखता था.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that pretty much finishes it off for today. Tomorrow we will join you for the review of day two at Leeds. It's a very exciting test match, very gripping attritional cricket. So make sure you watch the day and then join us for the review tomorrow. We'll also discuss whatever else we can regarding the Indian cricket. Also, the team that right now Barbados playing some beach volleyball and warming up. They met Gary Sobers. The team met Gary Sobers yesterday. All the I think Rahul Dravid introduced them. I saw Rohit Sharma speaking, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill also. So it was good to see that. So that is the update from there, and from here, from England Australia point of view, it's another going to go down to the wire. I think it's tomorrow again. It's about who takes the advantage. Will England, be able to keep their wickets and score runs? Will Australia be able to wrap up England? That is the question we'll have to decide tomorrow. Like I said, this might not last 5 days, especially if the weather
Mm.
holds. This could be 3-4 day test match, but only time will tell.
Yeah, 100%. It will tell, and it's gonna be fun. Just enjoy the bowling. The bowling is gonna be
Enjoy,
something.
enjoy
Yeah.
the bowling, enjoy the batting, enjoy Johnny Bestros at the crease. There'll always be entertainment, and Ben Stokes is to come. It'll be fun. That's us signing off for today. We will catch you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you.